people I trust not to steal from me.
I will vouch for them. I will find 7 people that you can trust.
If I end up not having 24 foils and 24...
That won't be a problem. I understand it's a very legitimate concern, but that will not be a problem. But anyway, let's talk a little bit here about round 3 of Friday Night Magic from Lost Legion Games and Comics here in South Charleston, West Virginia. My name, as always, is Zachary Evans. I'm joined tonight by Aaron Daly, and we are watching a round 3 matchup between Yen-shyang on the left playing his tried and true Jund deck. And on the right, Scotty Wright playing the Aristocrats, Act 2.
Is that a Doom Traveler?
It's a Doom Traveler. Yep.
Such a terrific card.
Scotty Wright top-8'd a giant 5K event in Columbus with a deck playing Doom Traveler in it. That's why Magic is fun. Oh, he's on Doom Traveler beatdown plan. I don't know if Yen can beat. I don't know if he can. He's really weak to Maelstrom Pulse here. I'm telling you, man. Turn 2. The game. I would love to see the. I would love to see the statistic breakdown of 3-color mid-range decks that play a turn 2 Farseek. How many of those games they win? I'd say it's 60%.
But you're just bringing that statistic right out of your...
There is nothing even resembling
scientific data.
No, but I mean, it would have to be. I mean, it would have to be something like that. It's just such a powerful. Also powerful, Boris Reckoner on turn 3.
I agree.
So are you familiar with this Aristocrats Act 2 deck?
Not Act 2. I'm aware of regular Aristocrats.
It's basically the same thing, except this is more of a combo deck. It plays Blasphemous Acts and Blood Artist, and is basically trying to combo with those in Reckoners to win the game in a one foul swoop.
Whatever happened to people running like Blood Artists and like Killing Wave? Whatever happened to that? Was that ever a thing?
Yes, it was a thing for a brief period of time, and that period is over. I don't really know how to tell you. I don't really have a better answer than that. So Yen takes out the Boros Reckoner with the Mizium Mortars, but he does have to pay mana to cast it there. Scotty's being a real stickler, making him pay the mana.
Where did the 4 damage go?
To Yen's face.
Ah. It's probably the only place it could go.
And there is, in fact, the it is. Scotty could shot himself, but again, ill-advised. There is the namesake of the deck. Yen-shyang still had all these basic lands, or just lands, I should say, and that game is over in
is that a
less than 3 minutes. It was a Falconwrath Aristocrat. It was indeed. And Scotty Wright takes the quickest game. That's not the quickest game we've ever had in the stream. One time, Max kept the 1-lander, missed twice on land drops, and scooped. It was a less than 1 minute.
Well, this game actually came to a natural conclusion.
Mm-hmm. And as we discussed earlier, all games come to a conclusion. So while these guys are sideboarding, and we seem to have plenty of time to discuss what's going on in the chat, a lot of questions in the chat tonight, which is fun to help kill time. Zach, what direction would the format have to take to get you to play Standard regularly? Well, now that I'm doing the stream, I actually enjoy this a lot more than I do playing Standard. I'm not sure. I really don't know. That's an excellent question from Kaden in the chat. I really just don't know.
So Mr. Tagio is saying, I think Modern Master should be cheaper on MTGO, but I don't really know what the standard is for buying digital cards.
This is like a big thing. They're charging 30 tickets to draft on Modo, but the set isn't redeemable. So they're basically charging full price like they would for a redeemable set, but you can't get the cards. So there's no... The reason is because they don't want to... Here's why they're doing that. They like to make money, and they're going to jam it as much hard as they can. But it is a very legitimate thing because it's not a redeemable set, and it's a very steep price. Someone posted a YouTube link saying, let's get this going. I don't know what that is, and I can't click on it while we're broadcasting.
It's also by someone named Forsty Dongsquag. Unless I'm reading that wrong and I'm not putting the breaks where they... Forsty Dongswag. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. And the other people in the chat mentioning that there is, while the set's not redeemable, you can still, there's active secondary market on Modo. You can sell to a bot or something. So it's not like they don't have value, but I don't know.
I still can't get over... I would never spend my hard-earned money on digital cards. And like I said, I understand why you would. I just can't.
It's just entertainment. The same like paying $10 to go see a movie.
So
can you even see a movie for $10 now?
I think you can see a matinee for $10.
What a deal!
Put the watch up for Auntie, be a man. What? Oh, you're talking about Yen's pimp watch?
Here's a fun trivia question for the chat. Let's see what dedicated viewers we've got, because we've mentioned it before multiple times. Trivia question to the chat. What is Yen-Shang's profession? 160 euros for a box of Modern Masters in Ireland. You know, I got some friends that are... Matt Taylor says a Jun player. That is correct.
Blacksmith. Tempest Bread gets the...
He gets the joke of the win.
He does.
Second place to Matt Taylor, but we do have a couple answers correct already. KM Baker and Caden saying lawyer. And thanks to Breaky 19er, who says the new mat is so nice. Thanks a lot. And also thanks to the folks over here at inkedplaymats.com who provided this mat.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, the fine folks at inkedplaymats.com.
See, now this looks like I'm pointing to the logo in the back.
Who hooked us up with that playmat in exchange for some exposure. So if you guys are looking for any custom playmat printing, head over to their website. They also have deals every day as well as different discounts you can get. So thanks to those guys. This is the first day we're using it. I literally got it today like 2 o'clock. The woman from the mailroom who comes around to deliver the packages that won't fit in the boxes, she always comes in the afternoon, and she came over to our side of the office building, and I saw her coming, and I was just like, oh man, there's no way that, because they sent it on like Wednesday, and I was like, there's no way they sent it.
Where are they based?
Like Seattle, like West Coast somewhere.
Okay.
Maybe it was Tuesday, but I was like, there's no way I can get it in time. There's no way. And also because of my boss who sits right behind me, like he gets a package from eBay like every day. He must have like some kind of crazy.
How are you getting it shipped to work? I guess it doesn't matter.
I have a mail room, and if it gets shipped on the weekend, then it's not laying outside my door at my house. But I'm thrilled. Everyone here at the shop is thrilled, and thanks again to those guys for hooking us up. I mean, they're the nicest people in the world to deal with. I know I've mentioned this before, but for those who weren't watching, you know, I asked them if they'd be interested in sponsoring us in this way. They said sure. They even sent me a rough draft of the mat before they were going to print it out and said, does this look good? And I gave them a few little comments based on some colors I know don't work under a camera.
Sure.
And they made changes, and
a week later it looks so good.
The first draft I got was on Sunday because I got it while I was at Pies and Pints with my wife and in-laws. And then 6 days later it's here playing on the camera, so it's being partially obscured by pouring now, but I mean, what can you do? So Yen, after dropping that first game to an excessive mana flood and a very quick start from Scotty.
I'll answer your Blood Crypt with a Blood Crypt.
I think the old Ravnica arts are so much better.
I like them both, actually. The only one that I really prefer is Temple Garden.
The new Temple Garden, the one with the little...
I like the new Temple Garden, but the old one I feel is vastly superior, and maybe Hallowed Fountain, even though I do like both.
The Hallowed Fountain actually has a fountain in it. Yeah, so just a quick update on the game there. Cartel Aristocrat coming down on turn 2 from Scotty, and then Yen end up turning an Abrupt Decay, which is pretty crucial before Scotty can get a Doom Traveler or something down to pro it.
A Batman.
He does play the Batman. And here we see the front half of Lingering Souls, another crucial aspect of the Aristocrats deck. The Aristocrats deck is hilarious. I know I'm just not the first person to talk about this. It won a Pro Tour, for goodness sake, 4 months ago. But Aristocrat looks like the kind of deck that a guy who's only been playing Magic for a few weeks puts together. It looks
really?
It's got Doom Travelers, it's got Lingering Souls,
okay.
It's got Cartel Aristocrats in it, it's got Blood Artists in it. You know what I mean?
Well, Blood Artist, I wouldn't say screams player.
No, I'm not saying these cards are bad, but they're just not the card. You know, it's a very linear deck that has a lot of fun interactions. You know what I mean? This deck gets a lot of work out of that Cartel Aristocrat.
Murney121 saying Old Overgrown Tomb and Old Steam Vents are the only ones nicer than the new ones. I'm going to have to disagree. I like how the Sacred Foundry is just a giant anvil, though.
question in the chat about whether the new Halo Fountain does have a fountain in it. It does, like, vaguely in the back. But, like, the first one is, like, right in the middle. I don't want to get caught up on the Halo Fountain.
Tempest Bread, what do you guys think about 40 Relentless Rats, 20 Swamps for a deck?
Still not
I think
good.
that it could exist, but that's about all I can say about it.
So Tragic Slip taking out the Vampire Nighthawk.
So something's coming out here for 5.
The Golgari Charm clearing out
Oh, so good.
all the tokens, and there's Obsidian. It's a card that's going to be rough to deal with, but luckily Yin's deck is pretty well suited to deal with a Obsidian as compared to a lot of other decks. Come in! Come in!
Do you want to play EDH Oh, I just got an offer to play some EDH, so I might leave for a little while.
That's fine. I'll be back in a little while, America.
I'll play EDH, I'm so happy.
So Aaron's stepping out for a second to get his commander on, as we see Yin land a Huntmaster. And try to establish a little bit of parity here, squaring off with this Obsidian on Scotty's side of the field. Scotty ran through a lot of his business early. He's got a Sacred Foundry in his hand and a Reckoner. And Yin cannot block fast enough with his Wolf token. And there is the Reckoner, leaving Scotty with a Sacred Foundry and an unknown card in his hand. So you're now in a little bit of a spot. There's an Abrupt Decay that will take out the Reckoner. We'll see if he's drawn a Putrefy or something. Ravager flipping, has to deal the damage to the Boros Reckoner. And then we're going to, pretty big blowout there. Abrupt Decay taking out the Reckoner. Tragic Slip activated, or Morbid activated on the Tragic Slip, I should say, taking out the Obsidian. So in a pretty good spot here, with a 4/4 Trampler on board against an opponent with no business who's flooding out, and actively flipping his Huntmaster. Back up to 20, 4 power on board. Get in there. That red zone is for battling. And there's another Huntmaster. So and doing all this on only 4 lands, it should be noted. But still putting up a pretty tremendous board presence here. And there is Lingering Souls. See if Scotty flashes it back or he just leaves the front half open. He is just going to leave the front half, so that'll give him an opportunity to keep those Huntmasters from flipping if Yin casts something here. But Yin's still stuck on 4 lands. And he's going to swing in with the 2 Wolf tokens from his Huntmasters, leaving the Huntmasters themselves back. And Scotty's just going to chump out. Scotty is a Blasphemous Act deck, so he does have board wipes available. Both Huntmasters are going to flip. Scotty draws a land off the top, and that's all for game 2, so Yin draws even. Just on 4 lands, but still gets the job done. So we move to game 3 in this round 3 feature match. Like I said, Aaron has stepped out briefly. Well, he's nothing brief about it. He went out to play Commander, so he's gone. So it's just me for the meantime. As these guys move to their Game 3 sideboarding, we'll remind everybody. Maybe we'll remind everybody. This would be a perfect opportunity to help stream out, follow us on our various forms of social media, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch. Like, follow, subscribe, all of those good things. Spread the word about our stream. 150 people watching tonight, and it's only round 3, so thanks a lot for checking us out. Let's move over to the chat and see what's going on. There's an appearance by Nasty Nick. our favorite South Florida Magic Legacy aficionado. And getting some commentary about the little ad there not being easy to see against the new mat. That is a very valid point. We'll need to get some new graphics made up if and when I develop any kind of skill in graphic design. I do want to remind everyone about everyone is so excited about the new playmat, which is very exciting. I'm sure the guys at inkedplaymats.com are very excited to hear that as well. So thanks again for them hooking us up with that. Thanks to you guys for watching and for don't forget to support our sister stream down at southfloridaMagic.com. Daily, well not daily, but they've got a website with articles and strategy content. They are now sponsored by, I cannot for the life of me remember who's sponsoring, but they now have a sponsorship gig down there too, so that should mean good things for those guys. And then more importantly, every Tuesday night, or usually on a Tuesday night, they do their South Florida Magic Legacy live stream. So just go over to twitch.tv/South Florida Magic. Subscribe to them and watch some sweet Legacy action. We do what we can up here in the Great Mountain State of West Virginia, but Legacy is not something that we've had a good time or much luck broadcasting. We do have a small Legacy community, but the tournaments are just not really filled out that well, and there's not every deck is what we would call Tier 1, so it doesn't make for that much of a good TV, but Gaming Academy is now sponsoring South Florida Magic, so make sure to support them, support the folks that support the stream. Oh, we're getting questions in the chats about it's summertime, time to cut the beard. You know, I usually cut it on April 1st. It's 2 months into non-beard season. You make a very valid point. I've just grown so accustomed to it. Sorry for just zoning out there, just reading the chat. We got a very active chat tonight, which always makes it much more entertaining for myself, especially since I'm in here by my lonesome for right now. People encourage me to keep up the good fight and keep the beard going. I appreciate that. I do enjoy it personally, so I'll probably be keeping it for a while. Trim it a bit. So you're just saying to trim it. Okay. I'll do what I can. I will do what I can. But we move into the deciding game 3 here between these two gentlemen. Both of them are undefeated, 2-0 tonight. This is round 3 of 5 rounds of Swiss, followed by a cut to top 8. The other undefeated players so far, we got Tony Stewart playing. I think he's playing Bant Control or Bant Midrange. We've got Nick Reed. I think he's playing Esper Control. We've got Brett Rose playing Esper Control. Ian Streggy, who we saw on camera earlier tonight, playing Gruul Aggro or Midrange. It's kind of a hybrid deck. And then Jonathan Wright, Scotty's brother, playing his tried and true American Flash, is also undefeated. And he is paired down against Brandon Hart's Jun List, who had the draw last round. So, Yen on, looks like we're mulliganing pretty hard here in this match. Yen on 7 cards, but I don't know if that's a keeper. Can't see it card for card. I think he's debating out there whether or not he wants to stick with it, and I think that he is. So Scotty going down to 6 cards here. Let's see what his fresh 6 look like. Question in the chat yet. Once again, a lot of Adam Vickers fans in the stream. The local legend is in fact not here tonight playing. So no bug control list for us. So I can audibly hear Scotty moan, and he goes back for 5. So Scotty on the play here, mulliganing to 5 cards. I'm not sure how the Aristocrat deck mulligans. It's not a mana-intensive deck, but I would think it would mulligan just, probably as favorably as your random deck. But mulling to 5 on the play is still going to be hard to overcome. So we'll see how this match ends up. Question in the chat. What deck I'm hoping to see on camera tonight? Well, looking at the stream, I think we've got, I think we've seen most of the decks that I would like to see on camera. I always like to see Casey Skibby's Grixis Zombies list. Don't know what Alec Myers is playing tonight, but might get him on here. Although I think he did, I think he may have dropped already because he's out there playing Commander. So there's the 5. There's the appearance of Yen's Pouring. I see a Cavern of Souls. 27 minutes remaining in the round. So I'll restart my clock. So Scotty keeps on 5. We see a Goblet Shrine. I know he has a Cavern of Souls in his hand. And there's a turn 2 Aristocrat, likely with Yen doing some kind of pouring-based ritual here to try and draw. Did he keep a 1-lander? Playing a Cavern, naming Human, going to Mortars the Aristocrat before Scotty can get something to blow it up. And Scotty just stuck on 2 lands with no business. Yen miracling a Woodland Cemetery that comes into play tap. So both these players struggling on land count here. Scotty does pull a Plains off the top. Looking at his hand, it looks like a Tragic Slip. I cannot make out all the cards. The only one I can make out is a Tragic Slip. And Yen fires off with another Vampire Nighthawk. Scotty just passing back. So quickly falling behind, though, Yen on 3 lands, not putting up that much of a pressure himself, but he does find the green mana he needs to Farseek. And that should help him dig out of his predicament, while Scotty, unfortunately, does not have that luxury, but he does draw the front half of a Lingering Souls. I also see that he has a Sword in his hand, so should he draw land next turn, could potentially get in for 4 damage. Question in the chat about where Max Turner is tonight. Max Turner is here. He's out in the field. He is 1-1 going into this 3rd round, so we will see if he can turn his event around. So Scotty chump blocking with one of his one of his spirits. We see Olivia come down. We know Scotty has a Tragic Slip, so that Olivia is not going to be as much of a problem as it otherwise might be. See if Scotty flashes back his Lingering Souls here, just leaves up his Tragic Slip. He's at least going to flash back the Souls, and then it looks like he is going to just sit back. He's going to chump out here and then Tragic Slip the Olivia. He might in this spot trade all 3 tokens for the Vampire Nighthawk and then slip the Olivia. Question in the chat about Yen's life total. He's gaining 2 life off of the lifelink from his Vampire Nighthawk, so it's 2 a turn because it's 2 power flyer. We're shooting 1 token, and we'll shoot another one. Then we're going to get Tragic Slipped here, so... Yen's familiar with this deck. I would think that he possibly could have seen that line of play as a possibility there. I'm not sure if he had anything else in his hand lucrative to do for 4 mana, but... There's Sorin Lord of Innistrad, going to make a 1/1 lifelinking vampire here. And there is, in fact, the vampire token. And unless Yen can remove that spirit, he'll protect Sorin for this turn from the Vampire Nighthawk. Yen's hand pretty chock full here. I think he has a Golgari Charm, which would be pretty brutal here. Yen also a Bonfire deck, so at any point he could clear the board that way. With a land, Bonfire, redirecting to Sorin. He could finish him off with the Nighthawk, but he does not choose that route. Instead just comes in with the Nighthawk. Scotty chumps, and then we see a Huntmaster of the Fells. So Scotty really up against it here. Of course, he did mold a 5 on the play, so it's not to be unexpected. He has a... Is it an Obsidat in his hand or a Thundermaw? I don't know if this deck plays Thundermaw. Yen going really deep here with the pouring. Oh, guys, I hear the ambient noise outside of one Mr. Adam Vickers, so he probably will be making an appearance in here at some point. It's always good to have. Usually I have very low tolerance for any of these magic rituals and shenanigans, but there's something about the pouring which I tolerate mightily. So a 5th land in Obsidat does make an appearance, ticking up Sorin and Scotty piecemealing a deck together, piecemealing a game together here from his maul. There is in fact a Bonfire. Bonfire for 4 will clear out the tokens. It will allow him to kill that Sorin. There in fact it is. Bonfire for... I guess he's deciding if he wants to max out on it. Now he's just going to do it for 1. Deciding if he wants to redirect to Sorin, and that is in fact what he does. So Sorin down to 4. So he can serve in with his creatures here, take out Sorin, do 2 damage to Scotty, and then still have 3 mana open for some kind of shenanigans, including Putrefy, which would be the ultimate blowout against Obsidat and Scotty at this point. The chat begging for Adam Vickers stickers. If anybody has a hookup for that, let me know. We will get some designed. Right. So Scotty down to nothing here. In fact, as Putrefy has somewhat predicted, making an appearance and dealing with the Obsidat. So Scotty really up against it here. He's on a 3-turn clock as it is. He's got to cast something to keep that Huntmaster from flipping. Is it a Mark of Mutiny in Scotty's hand? I think it is. It's not nearly as good in this situation. It's mostly good against a giant Olivia or 1 Thragtusk or something like that. So Scotty has a real thinker here. I see that he has a Cartel Aristocrat in his hand, and that is the only Mark of Mutiny, I think, a Blood Artist, and another card that I cannot make out. Oh, I think it's a Thundermaw Hellkite. He can play the Thundermaw on defense here if he wants to. Or he can just play the Cartel Aristocrat and the Blood Artist. And there is the Blood Artist. So he chooses the Blood Artist and the Aristocrat plan and passes back to Yen on 5 mana with a Huntmaster, a very large wolf token, and a Vampire Nighthawk. Question in the chat, what's with the pouring? I don't know. We've been asking this for as long as I've known Yen. It's just his thing. Yen's a very normal guy, but he has a pouring. So Yen's got a thinker here too. He does have a pretty significant board presence, but it's not as impressive such that it can necessarily withstand a couple chump blocks and removal here. So Scotty just going to take it, dropping down to 14 here. Looks like I hadn't updated these scores necessarily. He's going to flip his Huntmaster. Choosing where he wants to put the 2 damage from the Ravager trigger. Putting it on the Blood Artist. Going to sack the Blood Artist to the Aristocrat, giving it I would assume pro-black. Scotty in a spot here. Looks like he drew a Falconwrath Aristocrat, which would be pretty good in a situation where Yen hadn't somehow gone up to 29 life. And here's the power of Mark of Mutiny with a sack outlet. We're casting Mark of Mutiny to steal the Ravager of the Fells, which will allow him not only to attack for 5, as it does get a +1/+1 counter, but he could then sack it to the Aristocrat. In response, Yen is going to Abrupt Decay his own Ravager, since it does cost 0 on the flip side, just to prevent Scotty from getting in the 5 damage. Yeah, Scotty going to serve in for 2 here. It's a 15-turn clock there. Question in the chat about the color identity of the flipped Ravager. It is red-green, just like the front side is. So Yen serves in with his 4 power of dudes. And looks like a Thragtusk. No. It was only 4 mana. That's a Garruk Relentless. Looks like it's been altered. Altered and signed, which is pretty cool. And the Garruk is going to fight the Cartel Aristocrat. And then Scotty's going to play a Falconwrath Aristocrat and finish off the Planeswalker. Yen somehow still has a grip full of cards this late in the game. Deciding if he wants to play the Blood Crypt untapped or not. He does, in fact, play it untapped, shocking himself. Then attacks for no net loss. And what do we got here? Thragtusk. It is, in fact, everyone's favorite 5-mana creature. Thragtusk makes an appearance. Scotty in a spot here. He's not dead on board. He can chump the Thragtusk and go down to 1. He can play a Thundermaw Hellkite. 9 power of attacks that he can't even use because all the way up to 34. Yep, and the Golgari Charm, choosing the -1/-1 to all creatures option, takes care of the Aristocrat, and Scotty decides he's had enough. So I'm going to step outside and see if there's any room left for a Game 3, but in that absence, might just be me talking to myself. Let's see if Vickers is out there. We'll be right back! Anybody want to chit-chat?
I'm down there. I might come in.
You see your adoring fans, Vickers.
I know. Did my horrible... my 1-4 showing for game day. Top 4 at another.
Yeah, so you're not playing tonight. You just
No.
got here, right?
What did I miss? Jesco links, Misty Mountain, old prices. Man, I really missed some stuff.
We have a lot of notes tonight. Who we got here? We got...
Is that Jesco White links?
Yeah, we talked about Jesco
No.
for a long time.
He's overrated.
Well, we talked about just all of the whites, because there's 3 movies.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. The one to really check out from the area is Hazel Atkins.
Hazel Adkins?
Yeah. He was a musician, one-man band. He's from Boone County as well, and he is a lot
Everybody's
better.
from Boone County.
Yeah, I'm
It's
from
not
Boone County.
It's not as hilarious.
I know.
Are you from Madison?
Yeah.
Everybody's from Madison.
Well, I'm from Washington Heights.
So what were you doing tonight that you couldn't make it down here to battle?
Working till 8.
Oh, that sucks. I forgot that you work evenings sometimes,
yeah.
and on
End
the
of the
weekend.
month, trying to get that push.
Try to make that paper.
Get that push, yeah. Call.
I know,
Make
you guys see,
quota.
that's how you do it. That's how the kids do it right there.
Really? I did it on Max one day.
One time
bills, and I was like, Max laid down on the floor. And I was like, bam, bam, bam.
that was one of my favorites. I remember one time, very specifically, I went to the ATM. Like in my strategy at the ATM is always go to the ATM, get as much money out of the ATM as whatever the limit is for that day. Say a couple $100, and then just ride. No, I just ride that out for months. You know what I mean? Like I just don't want to go. It's not about that. It's about laziness. Like I want to go to the ATM the minimum.
Okay.
But then one time I came home and I had like I don't know because you can only ever get 20s, and so I came in like just without missing a beat. Walked in through my garage. Walked into my living room. Holly was watching TV. I grabbed the remote, clicked it over to the the music channels, like whatever like the hip hop one was. Stood up on the coffee table and just threw all the money in the air and make it rain.
Should have laid it like in the bed and fell backwards and threw it
was so good.
Was she awake for this?
Yeah, she was there. She thought it was funny. My dogs were a little bit concerned about what was going on with all of this debris.
Should have got it all in pennies and like dove through it like Scrooge
I think that's
McDuck.
just like spousal abuse at that point. Make it rain.
Bam, pennies.
Just not even unroll.
No.
Yeah.
Whenever I was in high school, I had the fortunate opportunity to tell somebody that was putting change into a money drawer. I was working at Dairy Queen. That if you drop a roll of change, it won't break. Boldface lies, so they drop a roll of pennies and 50 cents literally scatters all over the floor. I'm like, hey, go pick that up. See you later.
You got them. So a lot of people, well, 2 things, Adam, I want to fill you in on. I already told you people have been asking about you. Number 1, people have decided that what the stream needs to start giving away is Vickers stickers.
What?
We need to come up with Adam Vickers stickers so that we can give away Vickers stickers, which I think is hilarious.
I think so too, and I don't know if I want my face like everywhere.
I
want
want it to be like a sticker where it's like, I want it to be a sticker.
No, Vickers Liquors.
God. I want it to be like a picture of you just like doing one of your like quizzical things, and it's like I don't always play FNM, but when I do, it's at Lost Legion. And then something else. People want to know What's up with the Adam Vickers bug control deck? We talked about it a little bit outside. You made some changes?
Yeah, took out the Aetherlings because I never saw them. And they're good.
How many were you playing, 2?
Yeah, I was playing 2. I never saw them, and I normally won with the Thragtusk. So I put in a Jace and a Tameo. I took out the Deadbird Chant because it's alright, but not the best, and I put in an Evil Twin before the rules changed because I wanted to play with it while it still killed things.
Well, it's still good.
Yeah, and I got Notion Thieves for the sideboard.
Hey now.
Which are absolutely amazing. Huh?
You have a good story for that, don't you?
Then I was playing Jonathan, and he didn't know I was playing Notion Thieves, even though he was right beside of me when I traded for him. And I got 5 cards off of it, and it was the best feeling ever. He's like, oh man,
Hey y'all,
You back?
I was, but it's crowded, so... Hey, Vickers is here, you got like so much
I
love
know,
on
I
the
see
stream
that.
there.
Next round's starting later. You can jump back in sometime.
Okay.
Alright, man.
But, yeah, because he was like, do you have a counter for it? I was like, no, I have a Notion Thief for it. He was like, oh, yeah. I didn't know you were playing, though. It's like, you're right beside of me.
It is brutal when you watch the guy build his deck and like, oh, I got blown out by that card I saw.
Yeah, it's a lot better than what I thought it was.
It's not like super competitive where you're like, oh, nobody knows what anyone is playing.
Yeah, it's not my secret tech that I
borrowed
had.
these cards from you.
Yeah.
They have your name on them, literally.
I don't have the Deadeye. I have the Deadeye acidic slime in the sideboard. It hasn't came into play.
You just side that in when you want to be a real asshole.
Well, I mean, for like the long games.
Just
but,
exclusively when you're playing Aaron Daly.
and he
Just
gets
so
2 lands. And just
the funniest moment. That's got to be funniest stream moment ever. He was very
I felt
upset.
so bad. Max was the biggest dick with that deck, and I don't want to be a dick with my deck, so it's not as bad for his.
So a guy in the chat here, SB Lance, has been asking about.
His bug.
Let's take a look at his bug list and see what. Can't bring it up on the screen because I'm pretty sure that would crash my computer. So we'll just look at it offline and tell you about what the goodies are.
They have the list. I do like the Mimic. I've been thinking about her.
Yeah. So one Deadbridge chance still in there.
Let's give this to you.
Oh man, our taints. The funniest joke.
He was really wanting a lot of Friday tusks.
Yeah.
So let's just go through here. Since I apologize, you guys can't see it. Even if I blew it up, it would be pretty small for you. Creature base: 2 Deadeye Navigators, 4 Thragtusk, Acidic Slimes. What's that one? Progenitor Mimic.
Yeah.
And Evil Twin. That seems like a lot of bouncing. Farseeks as expected. What's that? A Putrefy.
Yeah, Putrefy. 3 Mutilate.
Mutilates. Is it an entirely swamp deck?
It's close to it. I think there's enough swamps.
And a Gaze of Granite. You got some work out of that.
I like
Gaze
Gaze with Far. I mean, it helps when you have Farseek. I don't know about the Heartless summoning.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Well, I mean, for all the creatures.
Yeah,
you
well,
played
the
over
creatures
here.
to ramp into.
I like it. I'd like to see this.
Good.
Send this to me on Facebook or email. Put this together. Huh? Put it on face mail or
I like the Planeswalker
ebook.
in it.
Yeah, then Planeswalker package is 2 Lilianas, 2 Jace AOTs, and a Cameo.
When I did play Vraska, I did kind of like her just for the removal of pretty much everything.
Yeah, Vraska I think is oft
You like
underplayed.
Vraska for the removal? You don't like Vraska for the +1 and does nothing?
Nope, like for the removal. Why else would you play it? Make it assassin. What I really want to do with it is kill somebody with it and then be like, I've never done this before, and make the 3 assassin tokens and kill them with it.
And you can use your 3 Adam Vickers tokens because they're 1/1s.
Yeah, when I get them back from Brandon Gibbs.
People may be asking, Zach, what's that nondescript
Yellow
beverage that you're making us up a little hot toddy? So we're here. It's like 20 minutes before FNM's going to start. And in walk the
caterers.
in comes Team Taze Valley, which is Brandon Hart and the 2 Wright brothers, and they have, I don't know, half a tray of like you know, like deli sandwiches, like when you get like a party sub.
Yeah.
And then like almost an entire cheesecake and a big old jug of lemonade, which apparently the Wright brothers' mom had for some kind of event, and the food was left over, and said just take it to the card shop. So everybody was feasting and pulling cold cut sandwiches, and I opted for this delicious hot toddy.
I had like 2.5 cups.
I think it's probably the worst FNM for me to miss because of that.
Adam, Did you even see the new mats?
Yeah, I did. It looks really good, and I hate that it does not apparently activate the camera like Scott's mat does.
No, but did you hear the story where I told him to tone it down?
No.
They sent me this as a rough draft, and I said, can you tone the red down because I know it's going to have a bad interaction with our camera. And so they were kind enough to do that. Who is they? Of course, the fine folks at inkedplaymats.com. I think you can get, another person was talking about in the chat, they had ordered from them before, and they were concerned because they wanted to get a playmat made for a buddy of theirs, but none of them are very good at graphic arts.
Yeah.
So you just send them, you send them an image, and they'll render everything and make it look good. You know what I mean? So like they will do that service as well too. So it's not like you have to put, like when you order like business cards or stuff like that, like you can order a line and you can put it, but as soon as you click, that they just print whatever. So if you screwed something up and it's outside the boundary or whatever, they don't give a crap. It's on you, but they'll take care of it there.
I've been thinking, I'm in the market for a new playmat because I misplaced my Magic Show one, and I might get one with my face or
You should get the one where goats guys forms buttholes.
Oh yeah, the goatsy.
Yeah.
Me, Chad's been thinking about getting a little B one.
Just imagine like sitting across with somebody.
That's pretty rough to talk
unrolling.
about. Let's move on.
I don't know.
New topic. Time is over in the rounds. We have lost. I'm just going to pretend like I don't hear any of what's going on over there. We did lose some people. Obviously, Magic stops at some point. Can't have 100% Magic time.
I don't think the Magic ever stops.
Hey, Scotty. You can stand in. Noah Bradley makes sweet ones. Are we talking about playmats? Who's still out there playing? And Nick?
His opponent.
Is Tony playing? So let's see who the undefeateds are so far. We've got Yen. We've got the winner of that one, although it's probably going to go to a draw. Did you know if Ian beat Brett?
Not sure.
And then, did your brother win?
Jonathan.
So Jonathan's undefeated? I'm going to get Jonathan, whoever Jonathan plays. Should be interesting.
Unless it's Jonathan and Tony, probably don't watch that.
Flash versus Flash?
Flash versus Esper.
Oh, I thought Tony was playing Tony.
Esper.
Oh.
Nick Reed's playing Nick.
Yeah, we could have gotten Tony and Nick on this time, but I just didn't want to watch. I thought Nick was also playing Esper Control, and I knew Tony was playing Control. I didn't know if he was playing Bant or something. But I don't want to watch that match, regardless of who's involved. Yeah, we need to do some kind of like stream-related promotional stuff. Like, hey, you got $1? Buy this something.
Buy the sticker.
Buy the sticker with my face on it.
What do you think? A new
How's this
product, Vickers stickers. You on board?
I'm on board.
Scotty's in. What about Jeffy? Is he in? You think he's gonna be in?
Hey Jeffy! Hey! We got some stickers.
Dad, have I got a business deal for you?
I think my dad will really think that I've made it to
Question-
Magic when I have stickers with my face on it. Be like, Dad, you know how you said I wasted my money? Well, look at these.
Jesse likes apples. I don't know if that's stickers, but...
Question in the chat about how much time is left before the next round. We've already reached time in the round. They just called time and went to turns on the last match about a minute ago, so we're under 5 minutes here before the next round fires up. So stick around. We'll be back with more action pretty quick. We had some good matches tonight. We saw Garrett on camera. Once we got had a little bit of technical difficulties.
Double mulligan to 5 into a mulligan to 6?
Well, that's the way it goes sometimes. We saw Scotty playing Aristocrats. We saw Ian Straggy win close one.
Man, the Stranger never really gets on camera that much.
He borrowed Max Turner's red-green deck.
Oh, okay.
Basically, both games you won, it was just off the power of Gorkland Rampager. It's just like it just changes the math so much because Casey was playing zombies, he's leaving back like a diagraph ghoul or something to block.
Yeah.
And then it's just like trample over for $1 billion.
Yeah, because they're all like 2/2s.
Yeah. It also helps when you pair it with a Wolfear Silverheart.
Yeah, that's good.
I told people about Living the Dream against you and Cube, where I had Wolfear Silverheart, then played Phyrexian Metamorph, coughing Silverheart, and made a couple 12/12s. Is that pretty good? It's pretty good.
I like Silverheart. He's so good.
So good.
The rule changes. You're still going to be allowed to do that.
Dang it! They're ruining magic. That never happens, but yep. So just waiting here for. Like I said, I think the last round should be over here relatively quickly.
What in round 4? We got 5 rounds.
I want to give props to your boy Chad, because last week he went to time every round. So far, 3 rounds hasn't gone to time at all. He's up in his pace.
I told him to.
He's keeping it
Don't
real.
know the game. I think
Sunday.
I think he had an incident before with going to times that he did not really like the outcome of that. So
he stormed out of the store.
yeah, he stormed out,
yelling at the general ownership of the store.
and I felt like I was his significant other, because he said, "Are you done? Let's go. We're leaving." I was like, okay, and I was like, "Calm down, calm down, calm down. Let's go."
It was really fun to be part of the group
Thank you.
that he was talking to as he left. I had to sit there and stay behind. These guys.
Table 5 against Billy Maynard. Garrett, you're at table 6 against Nick.
Okay, we still have to stay here.
It's Billy. He's wearing
So how was it after that?
Oh, we're gonna match. We're going to